Jared, I'd love to bring you into the conversation, just get your thoughts on the market's weekly performance, because we've been talking about these tech names. They clearly have been an underperformer, with the NASDAQ down now for the last 2 weeks. It's the first time that has happened for that major average in quite some time. So as we turn ahead and look forward to next week, I guess, what do you think investors will be focusing on?
Well, just looking at the NASDAQ chart, and we'll take one going back 2 months on the Wi-Fi Interactive, this is going to get, and it has been getting a lot of play, which is this double top that is forming right here. I think it was a week ago we were sitting and speculating that this could happen, and we have this neckline, and it just touched it here. So it's not a confirmed pattern yet, but if we start sliding down next week, could get some momentum there. Looking at the S&P 500, we've now come down to the 3,200 level. That is support. We really have pretty strong support at various levels, all the way down to about 3,040. That's the 200-day moving average. We get below that, we also have a gamma flip, just meaning that dealers of options will exacerbate the movements of the underlying index if we go down further. So that would be concurrent with heightened volatility, but so far, really not any damage done yet. We could still snap back, but I think traders are going to be very interested to see what happens into Tuesday morning with those big tech names. Now here's the VIX. Now we have come down and we are just kissing this negative trend line right here. Haven't broke to the other side of it, but if we were to do that, and also with a breakdown in the NASDAQ that we were charting in the beginning, could have some momentum to the downside there. Let's just take a look at what the NASDAQ stocks have done this week. So we'll go to a 5-day look and we'll sort by performance. Biggest winner is AMD. A big chunk of that comes from today, but it has been outperforming all week long. And just go to a year to date, you can see it's up over 51%. And we had this big breakout to the upside this week. To the downside, it's opposite. Intel, its biggest competitor, that's down 15%. But I think more instructive is what's happened with the canaries this week, because regional banks, that's the KRX ticker, the KBW regional banks, that's up the most, up 5%, followed by home builders, that's up 3%. And not surprising, since we've seen interest rates, especially the 10-year and the 30-year, depressed recently. XRT is that retail ETF, and then another green that sticks out is emerging markets. That's up 0.8%. To the downside, it was a pretty bad week for biotech. A lot of the smaller names, even though the larger pharma names were largely up. And then also the IPO ETF. We had a bunch today and this week. We've had a nice run in it, so it's still up 33.5%, but as a measure of risk taking, did not go well this week, Shauna.